AJ Popoff of Lit. Drum roll, please.
What's up, yeah?
701, true rock star form.
You know what the problem is? My battery is really low, and I was looking for a charger and with an extension cord. But we're gonna go 30% battery.
That's not good. You didn't find the cord?
Yeah, my girl's looking for it now.
Okay.
Why am I looking at? I'm looking at you so small that I see two me's.
Because if I make it too big, I look like I'm like right in front of the camera. Is that distracting? I could try it.
No, it's good.
I did it like the first few shows, and it was like super close up. And I'm still growing this mustache. It's my first time. I'm new to the mustache thing, so
Looks good.
I'm trying to wait till it's like true fruition before I just like extreme close up.
It's coming in good.
Have you ever done a mustache, or you've always just had like the beard or nothing?
Dude, I can't do mustache. I'm so creepy.
I mean, who's not creepy though? I feel like I look creepy right now. But
mustaches are creepy, but I look like straight bad guy villain from a fucking movie. Super bad.
Okay, well, if you ever
like molester style.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you've ever done any acting, right? If you wanted to, that could be the role for you.
I mean, have you seen VIP?
I've seen a couple of VIPs. So were you on that?
Yeah, that's where the miserable video came from. We did an entire episode of VIP, and they wrote it based around the band. And basically, Pam Anderson was my security guard, and she had to help me recover a belt buckle that I had gotten stolen. And yeah, it was at the end of taping that show. Oh, here we go. Taping that show that we were like, somebody pitched the idea of the miserable video, this giant woman that eats the band, and we're like, that's so cheesy. Like, we were totally anti. But then somebody was like, I think Pam had walked by the set or something, and we're like, dude, if Pam will be the 50-foot woman, that video would be sick. So we were like, if Pam will do it, we're in. And she was totally down. So anyways, so if you look up that episode of VIP, you'll see our acting skills.
Is that on YouTube, the full episode, or can we find that on Netflix, or where is that episode?
I think you can find it on YouTube.
Do you get like residuals still? Like, do you get like a 2-cent check every couple months?
I think so. I don't really like usually dissect it to find out where it all came from, but yeah, the episode's called Hard Val's Night.
You know what? We watched all of Stacked. That's the show that came later with Pamela Anderson. You ever see Stacked?
I don't think I watched Stacked, no.
She works in a bookstore. Christopher Lloyd's on the show. It's actually very funny. I was surprised.
She's awesome. She's actually a really smart person. She always plays like kind of airheaded, dingy characters, but I don't know if she can or can't act, but she is definitely a really smart person, like, to talk to in real life.
Well, while we're on the topic, King of Spades is in the chat. He wants to know, how did they shrink you to shoot the video? Like, what technology did they use back in the 90s to even do that?
We had to sign away, like we're not allowed to disclose that.
No way, come on.
Yeah, the shrinking machine was like top secret. What's that noise? Did my sound get all shitty all of a sudden?
I don't hear any noise.
Okay, cool.
Are you okay?
I'm good.
Maybe it's the buzzing in your head from hanging out with the cocktails all day. I got my margarita here because you told me to get ready.
Cheers.
There you go. Virtual cheers. Amazing.
Well, hang on.
So, the answer to the question, King of Spades, is that you will not get the answer to the question.
Come on, bro. You know it's green screen.
That's probably the best
right.
Best answer we're going to get today.
I'm going to plug this in. Hold on one second.
Okay. Live, baby. No editing here. Just hanging out, waiting for him to come back.
Coming back.
Jeremy's in the chat. He can talk
to
us once. Yo.
Okay.
So I had a few of my guests do this in the beginning of the show. I thought it was pretty fun. We had the Dolly Rots did it, and we had Dan from Zebrahead and Death by Stereo. I kind of had them either stand up or just kind of give us a little tour of the room you're in, just show us some of the. It doesn't have to be like lit memorabilia if there's nothing in it. Just what's around you. People are interested about these kind of things.
Okay. Let me see. So we are. Let me just share with you my Elvis decanters. So these I collect. I have a ton of Elvis memorabilia. These are just a couple of things I have sitting out because I just love them. But You know what? I should probably know what they were filled with originally. I'm thinking they were filled with whiskey, but there's this one's actually my favorite. I think. Where to go? It's kind of more classic, you know.
Look at that.
Um, got my this might hurt your eyes. This is my barber sign. I know a lot of you guys don't know that I like to cut hair too. I'm actually a licensed barber.
I was going to ask you if you can hook me up because my hair's
It's a
growing
fun
long,
fact.
and I didn't know if you still do that. I remember you were promoting that a couple of years ago, but you're still
I,
cutting hair?
well, I actually, yeah, my wife and I opened a hair salon, and I had a barber chair set up, and I
Yeah.
basically just had friends like Art from Everclear came down a few times, and I cut his hair, but I did never actually charge for haircuts. I just had my friends come in, and there might have been an occasional appointment that wanted me to cut their hair specifically, but a lot of the time I was gone on the road, and my wife Andy Jo was just kind of running the shop. And as a lot of people know, if anyone that lives in California and tries to run a small business, California is a nightmare to deal with. I'll never do it again, not here. So I mean, I grew up. Our dad was in radio. He was a radio DJ on Kiss FM for many years and
Amazing.
few other stations. And our mom was a hairdresser. So I grew up. It was surrounded by music. So I was always messing around and cutting my own hair and then listening to records. And Jeremy and I just, you know, trying to play the part, you know, and act like we grabbed the broomstick and put fake sweat on and act like we were playing concerts. And so yeah, that was just one of the other things I always kind of wanted to figure out the right way to do it. And I always thought I'd open a shop or something, and you know, unless it's in the right area, it's just a headache, to be honest.
Well, you have the slide bar. How many years is it going on now that you've had the slide bar open?
Slide bar was actually, you know, everyone as a band in the beginning, sort of, we all put in money and we all, it was sort of like this family hub, and for a lot of years. And then it sort of became more of it was like a roller coaster ride. And it was more Jeremy's baby. And we just all sort of enjoyed the shit out of it. But it's, you know, up until recently, I don't even know if, you know, Jeremy's full-time Nashville now. And so Slide Bar is obviously, a lot of restaurants are either completely shut down or just doing takeout. Now Slide Bar is sort of dormant for the time being.
Bummer.
And then, yeah, I mean, man, so many good times and so many great bands that came through and played Slide Bar. And it was just like a great chapter, you know?
Sorry, are you announcing officially that it's not going to be reopening? Is that what you're telling us?
No, I'm not. It will be reopening. I just, you know, a lot of the details are right now just kind of chill, kind of quietly letting it rest, and you know, as a lot of other businesses are resting right now. But it's all good, man. It's all good except for, you know, the fact that we're dying to get the hell out of our houses and play music. That's the biggest, you know, bummer.
I mean, what you did with Slide Bar is almost what no bar in California has done, which is not cool, that you actually have live music outside on a patio. No one else does that out here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of whiny people, you know, that just don't want the noise, you know, a lot of the noise ordinance, and you know, when you got, you know, neighborhoods that are within, you know, a mile or so, and they could tell someone else is having a good time, they want to call the cops, they want to complain and make life more difficult. That's what's great about you know, cities like Nashville and cities like Austin, and where music is like the town is all about music. So the last thing no one's going to complain about loud, you know, when they hear instruments, it's like, yeah, they're celebrating it, you know?
Yeah.
So
how many like hoops did you have to jump through in the beginning to even be able to do a stage outdoors? Seems like difficult.
These are more Jeremy questions.
All right.
The sidebar.
Let's get to some music questions. That's why we're here.
Mm-hmm,
I got to ask you. I got a Facebook invite maybe yesterday from Jeremy. New page, the Popoff Brothers. New single, May 8th. Yeah. Other than that, it's a complete mystery to everybody. What can you tell us today?
Well, I mean, we've kind of dabbled in it a little bit and try to explain to, you know, a lot of the Lit fans that, you know, These Are the Days came out, and there was a lot of people kind of questioning, like, well, what's this? What's going on? Are you guys country? You a rock band? You a country band? And it's too much work to try and explain where Jeremy and I have been throughout the process of like writing, and how, you
Yeah.
know, going to Nashville has helped us to evolve as writers and just opened up our, you know, our, not only musical, our taste in music, but expanded our horizons as writers. So to bring that into the lit world, it was just, we had this batch of songs that we were so excited about that we wanted to release it. And, you know, of course it came up, the idea of changing the name and not putting it out as lit.
Mm-hmm.
But it just it felt fine. It felt all right. So, you know, we put out These Are the Days, and really you know, we kind of decided to sort of take a step to the side and realize that there is really really is a difference between what he and I are doing as writers, as a side thing, versus what Lit's doing. So we decided to kind of like let those be different entities, and actually start, you know, we've got a lot of cool new and old Lit stuff that's going to be coming out. Some stuff that's just like, you know, when we're all home, kind of going through the garage and spring cleaning, and we've been finding, you know, archives of things that have brought back a lot of the same, those feelings from back in the day.
Yeah.
And a lot of Kevin's sort of always been the guy that takes really good care of his stuff and has his archives kind of organized, and he's pulled out a bunch of like old demos and unreleased music, and we started listening to it, and we're like, oh wow, that's awesome. So we've got some stuff that we want to show everybody, that we've kind of been, you know, it's pointless to have these things sitting in a box in our rafters, and when we know people would enjoy listening to them probably. So we've got some of that coming up. But we are really capturing the essence of what made us write records like A Place in the Sun and the Black Album and Atomic, and we want to, actually, we're inspired to make that music again as well. So we're, you know, the Popoff Brothers thing is something we've been talking about for a little bit, and we decided like, hey, we were supposed to be on tour right now with Lit and
Yes.
celebrating the 21st anniversary of A Place in the Sun. You know, the new vinyl that just came out, and which is something that we're still celebrating, but we figure we have some downtime. Why don't we, you know, take this time to actually put out Popoff Brothers and let people hear it.
So the first song coming out is going to be an old song, or this is something brand new?
It's brand new. No, it's never been released, and it's a song called "Sons and Daughters of Summer," and just, it's one of my favorite songs that we've written, and we're pretty stoked.
So now moving forward, when you play shows as Lit, are you going to take out the songs from the latest album that you were playing, that you were mixing in?
We're gonna be throwing in more old stuff.
Okay.
Some of the, you know, deeper cuts that we haven't really been playing live or haven't done in a long time. But we'll probably throw in, you know, a couple of the songs from These Are the Days still. I mean, we love playing those songs live, so, and we love playing them with our guys. You know, and Ryan was a big part of the process, the production side of things, and but yeah, we've been playing a lot of those live, you know, this past couple of years.
I saw you play one song live at the Slide Bar that you never released. I think it was called Bikini Top. Is that the name of the song?
Yeah, that's one that we I don't know what we're gonna do with that one. I love that one. It's a fun song.
I thought SPF You Baby was pretty clever. No one had done that before. Come up with
Right?
that.
Yeah, that's a total River song, and speaking of which, we're dying to get out to Havasu.
And then Welcome to the Party was great, but then you put that on iTunes version. So
right, that was an old Good Man Down song.
what's interesting is I've been going back on iTunes now. As you keep re-releasing things on iTunes, I'm adding them to my library. And I noticed today that you have like the older version of My Own Worst Enemy on there. You know, that's an option, right? Just the single.
It's not an older version, actually. Are you talking about the re-record?
Is it a re-recording of it?
Yeah,
I thought it was from like the Bitter. No, is that not that version that you had before the album?
No, we went back in and re-recorded it. So we have the version that RCA Records doesn't own, and that's our own version. So I can't. It was a few years back, quite a few years back that we did that. But
where did you put that? Was that just online? That's where you released it?
It's online, and it's also being licensed. It's uh, shit.
You're still there. No, you're still there. You're still there.
American Pie. American Pie High School Reunion. I had to plug in. Yeah, so there's movies that have been licensing the newer version. You can't really. They're very similar. There's a re-record of Miserable as well.
But you see, I noticed it. I did hear a difference.
You did notice this, yeah.
We were playing it in the speaker.
Got a good ear.
This doesn't sound like the one I've heard a million times.
Right.
I can't tell I think your voice sounded a little bit higher, actually.
That's weird. Yeah,
it's
got to be one of the two. No,
yeah.
it's either the original or a newer version.
We're gonna have to go look after this. And then I noticed that Place in the Sun, you have like the extended intro, which I'm guessing on the CD. It's been so long, you probably had to rewind.
Yeah.
You had to rewind it, right?
There was actually at the time. I don't know if anyone else has done that, but that's like the guy that was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jer, are you still on there? But George Marino, I think, is the one that mastered it. He had to pull out the manual to figure out how do I go backwards from the beginning and figure that out. A lot of people have hidden tracks, that kind of come later. But that was like, we never heard of anybody that like did it from before zero, so.
Yeah. The only thing I've ever heard besides that is Less Than Jake Losing Streak has the same intro. Track 1, you have to rewind it to get to
oh, really?
The official beginning of the track.
Wow. That's cool.
But do you know anyone else besides you and Less Than Jake? I've never heard of another record like that.
I haven't heard of it, but when did the Less Than Jake record? Who came first?
96, Losing Streak.
Fuck. Damn it.
But you know what? Not really the same audience. Maybe some people, but not.
Probably, yeah.
So no one will know.
What up, yo?
All right, let's talk to the chatters now. I'll people are just messing. Jeremy's taking care of them so far, but let's. I'll read off some questions as they pop up, so it looks like an official interview, so you don't have to read it yourself. So now is the time to spam us with questions, anything you want to know.
Hang on, one sec.
All right, guys, he's gone. Go crazy. Ask anything on your mind, and ask it. Ask away. He'll be back. There he is. Where'd you go?
I turned the AC on. God, man, it's getting hot.
Yeah. Are those real glasses, or that's just for style?
No, they're real. I can't see shit anymore.
Can't see up close.
Yeah, it's up close shit.
I can't see far away. That's why my glasses are not on right now. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you? So tell me what's going on with you. What have you been doing?
Well, started doing this again. I took 3 years off. When Instagram and Facebook Live invented going live, it kind of like killed shows like mine. And I understood. Yep. Why are you going to try to coordinate 1-2 days a week at a specific time to drive across LA to a studio when you could just go live from anywhere you want? So I stopped doing it, and I missed it. And people would always ask me, why don't you do interviews? And I used to pretend like I didn't care. Oh, I'm over it. I had a good 15 years. And then they would say, why don't you do podcasting? And I just don't like recorded interviews. I like this. I like that right now you and I are chatting like for real. Anything could happen. I just find that more exciting. So once I heard about this, that you can do this, I didn't even know it was an option. I said, I want to jump on it. And I reached out to people like you and Less Than Jake and Bayside and Zebrahead and bands that I have some sort of a friendly relationship with, just so I can set some of these up, because since it's Instagram Live, I feel like if I reach out to newer artists, which I might try to do, it might be a little weird saying, oh, I have an Instagram show. It seems like everyone has an Instagram show. So I'm glad you were down to hang out with me in this format.
Totally down. I think this is a cool format. I wish Instagram would make it so we can bring more people in. Like,
I hope they do soon. That Zoom can do that, but then it's not really, you can't really have chatters or anything like that.
I agree.
It's kind of weird. And yeah, I'm just trying to, I like old school. Next week I got Get Up Kids on and Atari's on, so it's going to be fun.
Cool. That's fun.
All right.
I'm glad to see you back at it.
Thank you. I'm going to scroll up for a minute, but that's about it. But I'm just doing this and then working from home and movies and video games and TV and making margaritas in the Margaritaville machine,
Hell yeah.
That kind of thing. And I go out like 3 times a day. I need to get out of the house. I go for walks. It's like in this area of Los Angeles, it's like, suburbia. So there's houses and there's no one really on the road. So I'm happy that I'm in this area still and not like deep in Hollywood where it would just be like pretty hard to go outside. There's probably like people all over the place still.
Did you see my post from earlier where we went and visited the goats?
Yeah, where's that?
It's down by the college. They're like, it's kind of sad. The college kids have like, it's like a livestock class or whatever, and they raise their steer and goats and sheep, and they name them and everything. And then I guess they get to the point where they take them to the fair, they show them, they try and sell them, but they have I was just informed that there's a guy that goes there like late at night with his like pretty much like the livestock hitman. And when it's time to like harvest or whatever they do, they roll up with the and like probably not very friendly topic right now. I don't know honest.
So you rescued them and they're in your house right now.
I actually did want to take that goat home. He's pretty badass.
That's where this interview's going.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what is a pressing end to a cute story? Thanks.
AJ. No. I'm going. So yeah, what I was getting at is I'm looking into how to adopt the goat that was giving me kisses.
There you go. That's a good ending. And if you guys haven't seen the video, once we're done here, go check out AJ's story. And
save the goats.
There's not one but two goat videos on there, I believe. So go check that out.
It's an everyday thing now.
Checking out the goats. Why not? What else?
What's Jeremy talking about? Hold on, I just saw him say.
He's trolling. He said he was texting with Chris Less Than Jake today. Okay. Here's the questions start here. King of Spades wants to know, what do you miss most and least about the 90s?
I miss everything about the 90s, to be honest with you. I mean, there was nothing wrong with the 90s.
Nope.
I mean, the world was a pretty awesome place. The music business was thriving. It was like, there was still, for young musicians, the dream was get a record deal, shoot a video, get on MTV. Like all those things, like you set goals and you get to them one at a time. And it was not that it was like a guarantee, but for us, when it, after about 10 years of trying, when it did get there, it was like, this is just the way it works and the way I think it should work. And that's just kind of, after the 90s, not only did that go away, but so did what I feel like was the decades of music. It goes all the way back to like, probably goes before, even earlier than like the 20s, 30s, 40s. Every decade has its own like thing.
Yeah.
Then the 90s had that too, but I feel like the 90s splits into two, like very apparent genre, like not I shouldn't say genres, but styles of the 90s. Like early 90s was very grunge, very Seattle heavy, and then the 90s hip hop thing was massive too. And then the second half, started introducing some of like, I guess, more of what we were a part of, which was when rock started getting edgier and a little bit sloppy with like Nirvana and stuff like that. And then it got a little bit punk rock, and then punk pop, and then this whole new like pop punk, pop rock thing started. I mean, I can't even imagine. I kind of forget what music was like before that, but it defined who we are as a band. I think, even though we're, anybody that knows our music and knows all of our records, we've always been all over the place. Like we love all kinds of music. We grew up on metal, but we grew up on a lot of pop. So I think our sound it finally kind of came together in the late 90s where we sort of figured it out.
And you got to enjoy the whole decade because you were doing Razzle in the early 90s, right?
I mean, Razzle was like, late 80s, early 90s.
And I saw today, I looked on Discogs for fun. There's the one Razzle record for $150. There's one copy for sale.
Wow, I just threw a bunch of those out. I should have kept them.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well,
I'm still talking.
The songs are on YouTube, though.
Dude, come on.
I'm just kidding. There's only 3 of them on YouTube, actually.
Damn it.
If you want the full 5, you got to pay $150. That's how it's got to be.
Yeah.
Did you not know it was even on there? You probably threw it out and I didn't put it on there.
I mean, I know you could find that stuff, man. People love sharing that stuff.
Let's see.
It is, man.
No, I really liked it. It's actually, I never actually even listened to it until recently. I knew of it, but I had never heard it anywhere else. I didn't even know it was on the internet.
When I was cleaning out my garage, going through stuff, I actually found a VHS tape of my very first show as a singer. Because I don't know if you know, but I started out Kevin and I, as Razzle, I was the drummer
Wow.
originally. So my first show as a singer, thanks, man. My first show as a singer was at Gazzari's when I was 16. And I found that video. I'm like, I have no way to watch it, but I do remember that I was like, when I hit the stage, I was like friggin' Energizer Bunny. I had so much adrenaline. It looked like I was about to pass out. I was just like,
Did
it
you
was
have
it.
long hair back then, or not that long?
I had my hair was, yeah, it was almost to my waist, super long. All
Amazing.
of us did.
So when you went in and presented yourself as Lit to the label, did you have to do a full makeover, or you did that on your own?
I mean, that evolved over the course of like, I mean, we were Razzle, and then we were Stain, and then we were, you know, the first record, Tripping Light Fantastic, was actually going to be called Lit.
Huh.
We were called Stain. The record was going to be called Lit, and we were like, some guy was trying to sue us for the name. We're like, well, fuck it, Lit's a cool name for the band. So
Yeah.
we basically took the record title and.
So did you play any shows as Stain? You did. A few.
We played a lot of shows at Stain.
Wow.
Like 369, like local, mostly local venues, and like venues up in Hollywood, Dragonfly, and what were some of those venues up there? Man, back in like the mid '90s.
I'm not that old. I don't know. Ask Jeremy.
Where were you born? You were born in like 2000.
I wish. I'm from Long Island. I could say about Long Island music, but I don't know about what it was like out here.
Okay, for some reason I thought you were out here.
I wish. Do you still have Stain on your stomach, or did you get it covered up?
No, I still have.
Represent.
I don't cover up my tattoos.
No cover-ups at all?
No, not yet. The only one I thought about, you want to see the one I think I will cover up? It's so bad. It's my first one.
All right.
It's so bad. Right?
What are we? What?
Can you see it?
What is that? Is that a flower?
It's a flower, and it's got tribal.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's so good. No, I think.
Did you get that done at a real place? Or did a friend do that?
No, a friend did it.
No wonder.
That's a bathroom tattoo.
What did you ask for?
That's what I wanted.
Make me a flower that with barbed wire.
She did exactly what I wanted. That's the embarrassing part.
Wow. Evan in the chat room. Evan says, "Is Jason Freese going to be in any more Lit songs?"
Funny you should say that, because we actually have a song, actually a Popoff Brothers song, and I asked him to do some horns. I think it needs horns. It's gonna be, but like more kind of dirty, soulful. And I hit up Jason, and this is when Green Day had a lot of stuff coming up.
Yep.
And I just thought of it yesterday or today. I was talking about. I'm like, well, now that the Green Day shows I think are going to be canceled, we might have to hit him up again and see if he's got the time for the Popoff Brothers.
I mean, nothing's announced, but I don't see how the heck they could do that tour. I don't think it's possible.
No, it's not. I don't think it's going to happen.
Unless they're going to play in Missouri, since I sent you that link, then Missouri's open for business on Monday. But you got to all be 6 feet away in the chairs, so it's still not even going to be that much fun, even if you went to a show in Missouri.
It'd be a lot easier to sell out a show, though, right? I mean,
that's probably true.
So you have like 3 seats between each person. It's to be a sold out show in like, a sixth of the amount of time.
Man, I still like being in the crowd. When you go to shows yourself, do you still get up in the front, or are you just like a kind of back at the bar kind of guy now?
No, I like getting in it. If I'm going to go to a show, I definitely like to get in it. We just did not too long ago. You remember the Warped Rewind cruise?
Yeah, the boat. That's cool that you did that.
We did that. That was a lot of fun. And when Face to Face played, everyone kind of told me later I was way out of control, but I got in the pit and I was just, it was like I was 18 again.
Well, Disconnected comes on, you get triggered.
Dude, they're so good.
Steve Sievers says, I first saw you open for Silverchair in Philadelphia. Can you tell me any memories about Daniel Johns? And Steve is like the #1 Silverchair fan in the world.
Well, then I'll go
something good if you got it.
Then I'll go easy.
Okay.
They're all really nice guys. And one thing I remembered about him was he was, probably no surprise to what was his name, David?
Yeah, Daniel Johns.
Daniel. No, I'm talking to the guy that asked the question.
Oh, Steve Sievers.
Steve, there's no surprise to a Silverchair fan how he's super quiet. I think he's public about like his eating disorder and stuff like that. But I do remember he was, he ate a lot of fruit and he was very like to himself. Didn't really like, didn't want meet and greet stuff. Didn't want fans around. But Talented dudes.
That's another reason why
And
we can't really tour right now. Meet and greets. You don't want to touch everybody right now.
I know. I mean, we do want to touch everybody, but we can't.
But you can't right now.
No.
Um,
And you
let's
can't
see.
really anyway. It's kind of weird. It's creepy.
Is Lit going on tour with Sugar Ray again? Who knows?
I don't know. Should we?
You ever see that video from like 8 or 9 years ago where Mark's coming out of a bar drunk and some kid calls him Sugar Gay and he goes off on the kid and they have to like hold him back? Amazing video.
No, I didn't see that, but I do know he refers to himself as Sugar Gay from time,
Full
time to time.
circle. Look at that.
He's
Now he's full of it.
he's always poked fun at himself. I mean, maybe that was like a turning point, but I don't know. Mark's one of the few people that I know in this business that's like doesn't take himself seriously whatsoever. Maybe he was sensitive that day.
Maybe that's why he still gets work because he's not so serious. Like people like him because he's easy to work with.
I think so. Eh, he's
Breaking
the
up
one that
people,
kind of.
breaking up couples on Cameo.
Oh, dude, that was amazing. What a terrible way for your chick to break up with you.
I thought that was fake. I thought he got trolled. I don't think that was a real breakup. Come on.
You might be right. I think he's done a few since then, though. Like that's kind of like this new thing. Like get Mark McGrath to break up with you. I might break up with my wife that same way. I get Mark to do it.
Oh, yeah, you're in Cameo also if you want to plug that. And I saw Cameo in the
Yeah.
beginning when it first launched, and I thought, can this really take off? And it has.
I've been signed up for a while, and I kind of like when I first got told about it, and I forget it was one of our managers that was said you guys should sign up for this Cameo thing, and I looked it up and I was like, man, I don't know, it seemed kind of cheesy to me.
It does, right? At first, you're kind of like, eh.
And there is something that's uncomfortable about it coming from like an artist perspective to charge somebody, for your time. But at the same time, I kind of get it. And if that, if I could, I mean, I'm still considering sending cameos to my friends from by certain artists or comedians or whatever. It's kind of it's a great idea, really. And it wasn't until recently when they were doing the charity thing, and I'm like, well, if we could, maybe do this thing where, the price is low and we could do a shot with somebody and the money goes to charity, then it's like, well, that's pretty badass. And so, we opened that can of worms, and it was like, to be honest with you, I was like finding myself, because I'm in the middle of getting that. We're going to sell our house.
Wow.
And so been in the middle of like doing all that kind of stuff. And I find myself like, oh shit, I have like 20 cameos I got to do right now. And
Only 20.
So then I'd set aside some, and I'd be like, okay, here I go. But I didn't want it to look like I was just banging out all these cameos, So like I would literally just try to space it out, and then I found myself crunching at the end to get them done. But anyway, I had fun with it. I think it's got potential to be something that's super, super cool and special if you send it to the right person at the right time.
And your rate's pretty low, like you said. I've seen like Tommy Lee, it's like $500. Come on.
Yeah, I think when I first started up, and that's what I was going to say. It's like I've been on there for a while. I didn't want to do like the promotional thing. I didn't want to post it on my Instagram. I just kept I kept it on the down low. So and I didn't know what to price it at, so I was like all over the place with my pricing. But yeah, I think it's some of these people I see on there like $500.
Yeah, now you've earned the respect, so people are down with it.
It's like, wow.
Yeah, I think Tommy Lee is the most expensive one on there, and Vince Neil's like $2,000 or something stupid.
Is he really? Oh man,
I think they're definitely the two most expensive people on there.
that's crazy.
All right, let's fire through some of these. We only got like 20 minutes. Anything planned for the 20th anniversary of Atomic? I would like to see that too.
Well, I mean, we had plans for the 21st anniversary of A Place in the Sun, and we're gonna have to make up for that still. But Atomic's one of my favorite records, so yeah, we're gonna definitely be celebrating that somehow.
Let's see.
Hopefully not sitting in front of a cell phone camera,
A lot of bands are playing shows at home, but I think it's like overkill at this point. Too many people are doing it.
Dude, I don't know about that whole thing. I think it's kind of getting a little diluted.
Yeah, and it sounds never going to be as good as like a real concert, of course.
Right.
Where are we going?
We're gonna go in this room right here with my dog.
Sweet. SoCal wants to know, I ordered the Lit face mask. Can't wait to rock them at my work at Trader Joe's. That's awesome.
Oh, you got one? Cool. That's
Where do you
another
get?
one of those things. We weren't going to do face masks, and we're like, all these bands started doing them. And to be honest with you, I actually just need one I can wash. And the ones we ordered, the lit ones, are pretty cool.
Yeah, mine are like 7-Eleven ones, and they smell after like day 3.
Yeah,
Might have to
I
get me
just
one
been
of those.
wearing the pleated like doctor ones, not the proper ones, but you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah, yeah.
the
So where
nail
can they
shop
get that
ones.
if they're watching? If they want to order a lit one?
Go to litband.com, and it'll take you to, like, you just click on the merch stuff. And um, we actually, for those of you that don't know, and what, we got like a whopping 31 people watching. All of you guys that don't have the white vinyl, it's badass. I just got mine like, I don't know, like a week ago. Mine came in the mail, and it's like it's one of the most beautiful vinyl records I've seen. Am I shaking? I'm trying to hold it by hand now, but it's a white
Let's hear.
vinyl 20. Yeah, 21st anniversary. It's got actually, it doesn't have the bonus songs on it. The bonus songs are on if you stream it on Spotify and stuff. You hear I think it's Down acoustic, and what is it? There's one other one. I think it's like a live at Woodstock.
The best bonus song is "The Party's Over." That's my favorite.
Is it?
I don't know why you
That's the
never made
one.
that an official release. That's such a catchy song.
That's one of the Butch Walker ones. I think we wrote, yeah, we did. We wrote that with Butch Walker.
Ah. By the way, I know it seems weird, like you see the number up top and you're like, oh, it's 31. But then at the end of the show, it'll tell you total how many people watched for the hour. So I don't know if it's like people
Yeah.
have like a short attention span or what, but like every show looks like that. In the end, it's like 800 people, 600 people. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, how come it's at 30? I don't know how that works.
No, I know.
But there's a steady flow of questions, so I know that we're up and running here. We're good. Jackie's pick said, can you tell me the story of why you stopped playing Looks Like They Were Right live?
We kind of like we take songs and we sort of like pull them out of the set for a while, for whatever reason. This just like something isn't clicking, and if we're not like excited on stage when we're playing a song and it doesn't feel like awesome, then we'll kind of like let it rest for a while until it, feels great again.
Bring it
But
back.
it'll find its way back.
Hey, now that you're in front of the plaque, you got to give us a close-up. I mean, that's
that's very gratuitous of me, isn't it?
I'm just going to sit in my living room. Oh, look at that.
Oh, wait, what's that? I didn't see it there.
Wow. Zoom in. What's it say? Commemorating how many sold? How many?
What's awesome is like, man,
it's completely backwards, by the way.
Oh, shit. People used to have to go to record stores and buy these things. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. So let's present it to AJ. So right there, it's your real name. It's proof right there. To commemorate the certified sale of more than 1 million copies. But that's not where it ended. How many copies did it sell to date?
I mean, it's a couple million, Yeah. What's crazy is, that is gnarly, but, when bands.
You cut out for a second.
Do like quadruple plat, Okay, but it wasn't uncommon for bands of like that era to do multiple, like 4 million, 5 million. I don't know. I don't know what it should have sold, and it's hard if you talk to different bands about their label, and when it comes to like availability and were they stocking the stores as much as they should have, and could we have sold more records? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. To be honest with you, it was more important for us to get the music out there.
Yeah.
Bands don't make a lot of money off of people going to a record store and paying for a record. The cost of a record, the bands, by the time that trickles down and gets to the bands, it's nothing. So
now it's even more now it's more nothing than before, huh?
Right. Yeah. Labels keep you in the red for like, till now. Really, honestly, we've been out of the red for maybe 2 years, about a year now. It's crazy.
Do you do guest vocals anymore? Because I feel like back in the day, you were in the Zebrahead song, right? And Alistair. Like, do you appear anywhere else anymore, or not really?
I haven't done. I did something with for Colt Ford.
Okay.
He was one of the first like rap country artists. He's badass. Did something with him, but yeah, no, I haven't done a whole lot of that stuff. It's
Oh,
fun. It's fun to get on someone else, dirty up their record.
yeah. Oh, we got Dan by Stereo. I finally got him in the chat. I told him you were on today.
Oh, he's in here. I love
Yeah, I
Dan.
wanted him to mess around.
Dan is one of anybody that knows Dan knows he can go harder than any guy in any band that any of us know. He just has this way about like just nonstop. He goes so big and then he's like back to Dan from the day before. Like he's all good. I don't know how he does it, but props to you, Dan.
The powers in the stash. That's why.
Dude, he's a treat that no shit. Maybe
that's why.
it. Rossstar.
Let's see. Jeremy's just everyone's laughing in the chat. He's having a good time. He said you sold 1 billion records.
1 billion.
Yes.
Shit, man. Who's counting?
Let's see. Trying to look there. Steve and Shai, who are my buddies, we were all at your show. I remember on September 12th, 2001. I don't know if you've ever played a show that was eerier than that. I don't see why it would be. At Washington, D.C., the day after 9/11.
Oh, yeah. That was.
Did you ever play anything after that that was just as weird of a vibe, if not weirder?
Probably not. That was a really, really strange time. We spent most of the night in the crowd, I think. Like,
yeah, it was like 12 of us.
9:30 Club, right?
Yep. No one wanted to leave their houses, but we did. We wanted our lit.
Yeah, that was cool, man. We all needed it. I feel like we had been in front of the TV since we heard the news, and we were like, everyone obviously was in such shock, and we just like, man, it got to a point where we got to, just kind of like how I think a lot of people are feeling right now. It's like, I got to get the hell out of this house. I got to get away from news. I mean, all it is like one setback after another, one thing that's going to, make you stress out, and sometimes you're just better off kind of not knowing about some of the bullshit, and you just want to get around. And the whole like, we've been doing like 6 feet away, like safe socializing, with some neighbors, and dude, it makes all the difference in the world. You hang out and just shoot the shit with people and get outside, and that's the closest thing to what was going on then is what's going on right now.
It's stranger because I feel like people were just afraid to fly, but life went on. This is like on hold.
Yeah, this is definitely this is gnarly too, man. It's crazy. We were just talking about like 10 years from now. Yeah. What's the story going to be? When we look back at this, like, was it a bunch of bullshit, or was it,
or will we never find out? Maybe we'll never know.
Maybe we'll never know. I just hope we get past it real soon. It's getting real old. It's getting old real fast.
Jeremy said the area around 930 Club is super dope now, which is funny because I lived in DC from like 2001 to 2004, and it was so ghetto there. We used to run off the train to the venue. Didn't stop to breathe because we didn't want to get shot.
Oh wow!
Now
there was
pumping.
I hadn't seen. I think what Jeremy when I don't feel like actually no. We were all just through there not too long ago, not far from DC. What did we play? I can't remember what it was. Damn it!
It's okay. I'm sure it was a great show.
It was fun. It was actually a really, really fun show.
So what was the last lit show you played? What was it, January, February, last?
What was it? Damn.
Was it this year?
That was this year. Hey, Jeremy, do you remember the last show? What was it? Where was it?
Man, so you were up and running. You were ready to do the whole year, huh?
We had a great year booked, man. We had all kinds of stuff planned. And it wasn't until recently that we literally, like, the shows were coming in canceled. This one was canceled, and we finally got our last 2020 show canceled. So like this entire year got canceled.
Lit early. I just caught on to that. I see what you did there.
See that?
Yeah. Or maybe the margarita caught on to what you did there. Jeremy cannot remember either what show it was, but it was
Kevin's the guy that would definitely know.
He would. Slideboard New Year's Eve, he said?
Yes. No, I think that was it, huh? No, we played more. We played another show this year. Huh?
Or you think you did.
We'll do a follow-up. We'll do a follow-up post.
You know how, like, I don't know if you ever, I've had many dreams where I'm at a concert. Have you ever had a dream where you're playing a concert? Because you do it so often?
No, but I've had concerts where I felt like I was dreaming. So like the opposite.
Yeah.
That's happened a couple times. But
here's a nice thing. Josh Frederick says, lit are 100% a big influence on me in my writing. Thanks, guys.
Badass.
Nice.
Thank you, man. That is
Um,
very cool here. It's flattering as fuck.
I want to know, can you give us one Woodstock memory? The first thing you think of?
Um, when a couple of our guys trashed the dressing room. Now that we're not that kind of band. Lit's never been like a fuck up the dressing room kind of band.
No.
But that was such a crazy, out of control experience that day, and there was a lot of drinking going on. That
It's Limp Bizkit's
couple,
fault that you trashed the dressing room. They got you all
no,
riled
no,
up.
no, but it somehow became Insane Clown Posse's fault that our dressing room got jacked up.
Were they
Some,
were at Woodstock 99?
yeah,
I don't remember. That's crazy.
they were there the day, and it got blamed on them. And thank God that never like we got the too bad. I mean, we could have got a major backlashing from that.
Dang.
I think it was Kevin that said blamed it on the same Clown Posse. And
Well,
he was gonna argue with Kevin. He's like this like
yeah.
innocent, nice guy. He's like, oh man, we didn't do that.
That's probably why you never got invited to play the Gathering.
What's that? Is that their
Gathering
deal?
of the Juggalos. They do that every year.
We
You don't even
did a
know.
show. We did one with the Insane Clown Posse, and anybody that's been to one of those shows, like if you're the opening band, and it must have been in Detroit or something. I don't know.
With Fago.
If you're like, you're gonna be in deep shit with the fans if somehow you don't turn it around and let them know like you're okay, you're good with them. And I forget what the hell was it. I think I said something about backstage and talking with the singer or whatever. I can't even remember his name right now. But I somehow won over the crowd with something that I said, and they were like, we stayed dry that day and didn't get our
Wow.
asses kicked. It was good, yeah. We had juggalos that were back in of all bands lit. It was
Down with the Clown. Look at that.
down with the clown, down with the
Um,
fuego.
have you ever gone to a karaoke bar or even just randomly stumbled upon one and someone is performing a Lit song and they just don't know that's you or that, that you're even in the audience? Has that happened to you before?
All the time. I mean, a lot of cover bands play Enemy, and there were like sometimes like if we're drinking and we're like the band goes into it. Sometimes they know we're there, and if they don't, we'll like every once in a while like just sneak up on them and like grab the mic and just kind of like join in with them. But it's fun, man. It's always cool. It's flattering when someone covers your song.
I think you said it's the number one karaoke song still of all time.
It's crazy how much it gets covered. Karaoke, but cover bands especially.
What was like the first, was that almost immediate? Like a year after the song came out, people were already covering it? Or back then there was no YouTube, I guess you wouldn't really know.
Yeah, no, honestly, we wouldn't probably know anyways because once that song hit radio, we were on the road probably almost 2 years straight. So we're just go, go, go. And we didn't stop. We didn't go home. We didn't do anything but play every day or do press or, and then once that slowed down a little bit, we went overseas. But yeah, it was crazy, man. That was a crazy time. But yeah, the cover.
Yeah. I was gonna say, did you pick the song like to be the song, or did the label do that for you? Like, did you believe in that as like the big one, or were you surprised when they decided to use that as like the radio song?
No, we weren't surprised because one of the guys at RCA, one of the radio promotion guys, actually took the demo that we sent
Yeah.
to them, and he had friends at the station in St. Louis. Is it The Point? I think it's The Point. I feel like a dick not knowing because they were the first station to play our music, but they started playing the demo of My Own Worst Enemy,
Nice.
and they were playing it, and they started getting phones like requests and stuff for it, and our label actually had to send them a cease and desist letter, like stop playing it immediately because we're not ready to go with it. And I remember at the time we heard that, we're like, no, man, don't stop a radio station from playing our song. But then we kind of like we had to play ball because the machine worked a certain way, and
Yeah.
But yeah, so that song got added to radio really before the record was done. And then it was sort of a rush to get not only that song recorded first, but shoot a video for it and get that to MTV. And then it just all, they all started playing it. It was cool.
All because of a demo. Look at that.
All because of a demo and a good radio rep.
Is there any difference in the demo? Like any different lyrics, or it's just a different earlier version?
Um, there is a little bit of a difference. It doesn't go into the chorus right away. It goes like back into the second verse. We're actually funny you should mention that. We were talking about demos earlier. We're actually gonna the demo for My Worst Enemy will be released pretty soon.
Nice.
So get to kind of hear where it all kind of came from.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
And then you get the new song from the Popoff brothers, May 8th, which is next Friday.
Yeah, it's coming quick. Sons and Daughters of Summer. We're putting out we have this really cool, we've never really been like a lyric video band,
Yeah.
but we have a really cool lyric video for it. And it's one of those songs, I think, especially right now with what's going on in the world and how we're like wanting to get back to all the things we grew up doing in the summertime. And that song it's so crazy how it just applies to what we're living right now. And I think the lyric video, when I watch it, I'm like, oh man, it brings back all these memories and just some of the visuals of like just being outside. And we get a lot of the stuff we can all still do right now. I think a lot of people are maybe doing more of the simple stuff that they weren't doing, you know, when the world was moving so quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, just shit like you know, turning the sprinklers on, the kids jumping through the sprinklers, like you know, little shit like that, and going on walks and just fire pits and the things that you can do now. I mean, we're in quarantine, but we're still doing a lot of that family stuff that a lot of us forgot about.
Hey, I'm in an apartment, not a house, and we're not even allowed to use the pool and hot tub until the governor says we can. So they're really limiting our enjoyment here.
But you go on walks and, you know.
What do I need the pool
for? It's not enough, that pool. What do you need a pool for?
I can take a shower.
89.
Take a shower, same thing. We got a few minutes before they kick us off. I want to tell you, if you ever go live again, like there's a timer. Once you get to an hour, you'll see it in a few minutes. It's on the top.
Yeah.
It kicks you off, which is kind of rude, but it's all good.
I know Kevin and I got kicked off a couple weeks ago.
And then if you try to go back, it's never the same. You never recoup all the people. So, before we wrap up, I just wanted to say a few things. First of all, if you're watching for the first time, thank you. Please follow me at DJ Rossstar. Next Friday, Matt Pryor will be here from the Get Up Kids, and then next Saturday, Chris from the Ataris. And
that's awesome.
Also, if you like female musicians, Women in Stereo is a great Instagram page to check out. I want to thank you, AJ. People are always like, oh, hey, you did this for like 20 years. Like, who were like the coolest people you met? And you guys, the whole band, were always really nice to me. I mean, you know, from me just being like a college kid who loved your music and wanted to be a host, you know, taking me out when I went to see you guys was in Philadelphia. You guys took me out for the night for cheesesteaks, and
yeah, man,
you even offered me up your hotel room when you had to leave early the next day, and just were always super cool to me. So I really do appreciate it.
Thanks, brother. Dude, you're a great host too, man. I appreciate the way you're great at, like, these things are hard. It's hard to keep up with questions.
I try, man. Oh, and Kevin wore the DJ Rossstar shirt I used to have on Carson Daly Show when you guys played. That was great too.
Oh shit.
So we have 1 minute left. I'm going to give you the floor and just tell them everything you want them to know about Lit and the Popoff brothers and your personal stuff before they kick us off.
Well, I mean, I would just say go to sorry, I got cut off. I'd say go to litband.com and check out some of the new merch we have put up. Get the vinyl if you don't have that yet. It's we keep having them pressed more because they're selling out. They're an awesome collector's item. Back when plastic covers were a big deal, so get that. And Popoff Brothers coming out next week, May 8th. Be on the lookout for that. Go follow Popoff Brothers. It's just Popoff Brothers on Instagram. Follow our Facebook, and yeah, a lot of new shit coming.
All right, man. Thanks for hanging with us. Thank you, Jeremy, for hanging out in the chat room. And I'm going to send you the Sugar Gay video right now once we log off here. Have a good night, everybody.
Night, brother.
See ya.